Breaking news overnight, a death in the Arlington area. Our Lana Harris is on the scene gathering details coming up in a live report.
Plus, some law officials are cracking down on skimmers and the people scamming you out of your personal information. That detail is coming up. You won't believe where the country this all originated from.
And hold up, if you plan on making pasta tonight, a popular brand is recalling its sauce because it might have plastic in it. You don't want to eat that. So, good morning. I'm Katie Jeffries. Thank you for waking up with us on this Monday morning.
You know what? I wanted pasta. You know, make your own sauce.
Ooh.
Got to make your own sauce, right?
That's next level.
Next level. It's nothing to it. All right, Mike Prangley standing by with us. You know, I didn't get to talk. Well, I texted you yesterday. I did ask you to wish me a happy Father's Day.
Hey, Lou, you're a great
deep
dad.
level there. Thank you very much. And you are too.
Thank you.
Oh,
boy.
Look at this love happening.
What a guy.
The bromance goes on. Hi, good morning, everybody. 73 degrees, Jacksonville, 78. And if you're a dad out there, hopefully you had a wonderful Father's Day weekend. And hey, we've got a great start to our week. And don't forget, I got to show you again, right? Full Moon Monday. And look for Jupiter this morning to the right. And what we're talking about is some good viewing this morning and again this evening for your walks with your dogs. Get out there and enjoy. 71 degrees Jacksonville, 72 Brunswick, those dew points. So we're watching the dew points. We've got the humidity. We've got the sea breeze that's going to make a move to the west like yesterday. So the question is, when will it rain? Well, as we zoom in, we've already had a few very light coastal showers near St. Augustine Beach, Anastasia Island, but they're kind of dried up. I think our best chance of rain out toward the beaches, St. Augustine Beach, Palm Coast, would be at 11 a.m. And then notice by noon, we got to be ready for the daily downpour. That includes Palm Valley and the town center, UNF, off to San Marco and Fruit Cove by 1 o'clock. Once again, heavy rain and lightning, my two main impacts. Then notice it makes a move to the west side in Orange Park by 2 p.m. Then off to McClenny and Middleburg. We'll time it out to Lake City. But first, Katie Jeffries, ViStar Credit Union Traffic Center.
Good morning. Good Monday. So taking a look here towards I-95 near 210. So this is kind of near the St. John's Duval line, not too far from 210. And traffic there along 95 moving without any problems. So that is great to be able to see. I-95 up towards Nassau County. No issues here from State Road 200 to 295. You're looking at about a 9-minute drive. US 17 also looks great. Your routes in from the beaches are problem-free. Atlantic Beach and JTB all moving up to speed. A1A not bad either. Hint of a slowdown here just north of JTB, but nothing to worry about. Anything else comes in, I'll let you know.
Breaking news has been following all morning long and overnight. An undetermined death, according to JSO, this has been reported on the south side. Lana Harris now on University Boulevard for us live with what she's found out. Good morning, Lana.
Good morning. So right now we know that when JSO got here, they found 2 victims shot. One of them is now dead and the other one is in the hospital with life-threatening injuries. Now this happened on the 2600 block of University Boulevard North. You can see it's right outside of Jacksonville University, but the shooting didn't actually happen there. And you can see they've got some markings here where JSO was here earlier this morning. The shooting reportedly happened just after 10 o'clock over here at the River City apartment complex. And you can see where they have the First Coast Crime Stoppers sign right in the front, hoping anybody with information can let them know something. And actually we just talked to a person who just drove out of here and they said they heard this. They said they heard about 11 shots. They told me that they saw the whole thing kind of go down through their house. They just opened the window when they heard the shots, and they said they saw people who were shooting and they saw the car and it sped off. And JSO says that car came right here to the entrance and then stopped kind of in the middle of the street here. But outside of that, they really don't have any other information. They are still looking for surveillance video and any potential witnesses. So if you know anything that can help them, you are asked to call Crime Stoppers. You can remain anonymous. I know this may be pretty scary if you know any students who may go here or if you know anybody who lives in this area, so you may want to check on them this morning. And other than that, we'll just have to update you as soon as we get any more details on this. And we'll of course do that on air and online at firstcoastnews.com. Here on University Boulevard North, I'm Lana Harris, First Coast News on your side.
Thank you, Lana. Your time is 5:34. Let's hit the fast lane, get you caught up on your other top stories. Today, authorities will hold a press conference to release more information about what they call a Romanian skimming ring. Ilana Matai and Popslor Matai face multiple fraud charges for allegedly heading up that spree. We're told that 400 people in Putnam County, Jacksonville, Keystone Heights, Newberry, and Southeast Georgia are impacted.
We mentioned the sauce recall at the top of the show, so go ahead and check your pantry. If you use ragu, They need you to take the product back or throw it away because some sauces may contain pieces of plastic. These include the chunky tomato, garlic, and onion, meat, and traditional, with a best use by date ranging between June 4th and 6th. So to see specific product codes, you can find that on our website. So far, no reports of consumer injuries or complaints. Just watching out for you.
Police in Duval County still looking for the man on your screen. He's accused of entering the Wells Fargo branch along Atlantic Boulevard in San Marco on Friday morning, handing the teller a note demanding money, then walking out with the cash. Now, the robber was last seen wearing that distinctive bright fluorescent green shirt and blue jeans with boots. If you saw him, you know anything, please call police.
A group of wounded veterans from across our state, including towns like Jacksonville, so from right here, got to go surfing over the weekend. Check this out. This is amazing. All right, so they teamed up with Wounded Warrior Project and Oceans of Hope, took more than 40 veterans into the ocean in New Smyrna Beach. Veterans came together from all over the state, as we mentioned, Jacksonville, Tampa, Orlando, and parts of South Florida catching waves. This is just some video of the event, but we got a lot more pictures and video if you want to check that out on firstcoastnews.com right now.
On Saturday, families rallied together outside of the UF Health Birth Center, which is set to close for good soon. Our Troy Kless was there. He spoke to some of the parents who say this move is frustrating, and they say that they want alternative birth options.
Many women and families expressing their frustration with UF Health on Saturday morning. As you can see across the street, there were many protesters here this morning to protest the closing of the UF Health Birth Center. Now, here's what we know and what UF Health has said about the closing. UF Health previously said in a statement that they are in the process of expanding its OBGYN services at this North Campus to accommodate more patients. And as a result, we are refocusing our program and closing the UF Health Birth Center in the medical office building. A mom here today in protest says that she gave birth to her son on July 31st of last year, which is the same date that the birth center is expected to close. She is frustrated with UF Health's decision.
It really changed everything for us, and it really breaks our heart that these folks that have become so close to us, the midwives, and have really become part of our family, they're going to be out of a job. The nest isn't going to be here, and it's really one of a kind in all of Florida.
UF Health says that their midwives will serve in different capacities in the hospital, as the birth center again expected to close at the end of July. On the north side, Troy Kless, First Coast News, on your side.
UF Health did release this statement, which reads in part, quote, "We appreciate the passion of those who have supported the birth center and will continue to work with the community to give patients the best possible options for their care."
5:37 right now. Another health alert for you this morning for all the international travelers coming up this summer. Details on what the experts say you need to have before you get on your plane.
We've got the full moon, we've got the solstice, and yes, eventually the heat. We'll take a look at the next 7 coming up.
And getting you out the door, taking a look here towards your routes in from the beach. Looks good. You're not seeing any problems. No crashes out there, so that's great. We'll talk more traffic coming up.
Now, weather with your First Coast News storm experts, powered by AC Designs.
So yeah, we've got a great week ahead. Look on your screen. We have got, yes, the full strawberry moon. So to the right, and you can see to the lower right of the moon this morning, that is the planet Jupiter. So it doesn't get much better than that. And as we take a look at that moon, it'll set, yes, 6:30ish, and then we got the sunrise at 6:22. So a bright start in every single way. Plenty of Monday motivation out there. Good morning, dads. Hope you had a wonderful Father's Day weekend, and we're going to start this week off right. We've got 72 degrees, green light go this morning, good visibility, no rain. We've got you covered on the roadways. For the drive home, we're going to be extra careful. We've got the yellow light because areas to the west of Jacksonville will have that daily downpour. So for Jacksonville, I-95 corridor, lunchtime, early afternoon for most of the rain. Then that'll trend toward Lake City as we head into late afternoon. So what you need to know, your big 3, your forecast showing Futurecast lighting up as that sea breeze moves in. Look at the atmosphere just get all charged up with cloud to ground lightning out there. There's our storm time, 11 to 3, but notice out toward Lake City, Waycross between 3 and 7. Lightning and heavy rain, my big 2 impacts. As we look at the first weekend of summer, it's on the way. We're going to talk more about the solstice coming up. We turn dry and hot, 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 mid-90s. Now let's get to Katie Jeffries, 5-Star Credit Union Traffic Center.
Good morning, everybody. All right, I hope you are feeling great out there on this Monday morning. Full moon, beautiful start, and it's not bad on the roadways either. Buckman Bridge looks great. You're not seeing any issues whether you're going towards Orange Park or towards Mandarin. This is a look closer towards the Dames Point Bridge. Traffic there is moving along just fine as well, so that is some good news. All of your local bridges look pretty great at this point. If you're traveling from St. Johns County towards Jacksonville, I'm not seeing any issues here along I-95. It's pretty normal. Cars moving up to speed. Same story in Clay County. You have the stoplights, but you don't have any problems along 17 or along Blanding. Anything else comes in, I'll be the first to let you know.
542. Did you know that today is 25 years since the O.J. Simpson car chase, the Bronco chase, that captured the attention of, get this, an estimated 95 million people, topping your trending national news this Monday morning. Lewis Turner. So O.J. Simpson led the LAPD on a slow-speed chase through the Los Angeles area in that Ford Bronco, white Ford Bronco. You can't really find Broncos anymore, can you? TV helicopters followed the chase as spectators lined the streets, holding signs actually encouraging O.J. Simpson, saying, "Go O.J." Simpson, of course, charged with the murders of his ex-wife, Nicole Brown Simpson, and her friend Ron Goldman. He was later acquitted. The Bronco is currently on display at a museum in Tennessee, of all places. So a warning for Americans traveling to Europe this summer. The CDC says there have been a record number of measles in Ukraine, France, Greece, and Italy. CDC also says you should receive the proper vaccinations before leaving the country and pay attention to any symptoms like a fever or a rash when you get back. National Weather Service confirmed a total of 5 tornadoes touching down in Indiana over the weekend. So here's some drone footage of roofs and shingles taken off buildings there. The National Weather Service says this was an EF1, struck the town of Beech Grove with wind speeds in excess of 100 miles per hour. The mayor of the town, who's Dennis Buckley, says all residents are accounted for. There have been no injuries reported, but a mess to clean up, my goodness. Major League Baseball is celebrating dads on Father's Day Sunday. In Chicago, several White Sox players had their kids throw out ceremonial first pitches to them. In Houston, it was former Major League fathers throwing out the first pitch to their current Major League sons. Now, I'd say the ultimate Father's Day moment in Major League Baseball, and perhaps of all time, is when Ken Griffey Sr. and Ken Griffey Jr. went back-to-back home runs. Now, can you imagine playing in a Major League Baseball game with your dad and then going back-to-back home runs? Like, that's probably the GOAT moment, right? I can't imagine anything better.
Yeah, that's pretty unbeatable because, I mean, when are we ever going to see something like that again?
I don't know. I mean, the best thing, my dad and I have, like, I don't know, both made pars on the same hole before, like, you know, hanging out, but nothing like that.
You got to get a hole-in-one on the same hole.
Same hole. That might
back to back.
You bet.
Thank you, Lewis.
You bet, Katie.
So HBO has created many hit series over the course of years, which comes with a certain amount of influence. But are social media influencers now rating some of those international landmarks just for likes? It's a big debate, and we're going to talk about it coming up.
This is Good Morning Jacksonville.
Welcome back. So HBO has a miniseries named Chernobyl. It's based on the Chernobyl nuclear disaster that happened 33 years ago out there in the Soviet Union at the time. I've watched it on HBO. I thought it was incredible.
Yeah, the show, I've heard wonderful things. But since that show has aired, Instagram influencers, basically people who are taking, you know, questionable photos, doing it for the gram, flocking to the site. Chernobyl, for the love of Pete, for a photo opportunity, or at least that's what the recent headlines read. Is it real, though? We had our verified team look into it for us.
HBO show Chernobyl has gained a lot of attention. Its dramatization shows the explosion at Chernobyl in 1986 and focuses on the people who were affected, many of whom died from radiation exposure.
That's why these photos caught many people off guard.
This tweet with almost 50,000 likes shows 4 photos and says they are Instagram influencers flocking to the site of the disaster. But that's not quite right. Julia Basler, who does have more than 300,000 followers on Instagram, posted this photo last year as part of a special tour inside the facility. Key point, this was 2018, before HBO's show even aired. This photo of a man measuring radiation can be found online back to 2010. It's not related. And this picture of a woman leaning on a car is from a private account of a Ukrainian woman with less than 600 followers. Not exactly an influencer, and she's from the country this happened in. That leaves this photo, a woman showing a thong in Pripyat, the town near Chernobyl. Now this was posted last week, but at the time the poster had less than 2,000 followers. Again, hardly an influencer, as the tweet says. Believe it or not, much of Chernobyl's facilities and the surrounding areas have been open to public since 2011. If you get approved and pass a government checkpoint, the Ukrainian government has a list of paths you can take to tour the facility. But there's no evidence the tours are filled with Instagram influencers. If you look up Chernobyl on Instagram, you see the majority of photos are of the historic event, the show, or buildings. Bottom line, while some people on Instagram may be taking photos at Chernobyl to grow their audience, there's no evidence of a surge of influencers heading to the site, and the tweet that sparked this claim used old or misleading photos. With your Verify, I'm Jason Puckett.
Let me see that Chernobyl picture. Remember, if you have something you'd like for us to verify, send us an email at verify@firstcoastnews.com. It's 10 minutes till 6 o'clock. Get a little check of our weather and our traffic with Mike Prangley and Katie Jeffries. Good morning, guys.
Good morning. Oh, look at the moon.
Yes, we could just stare at this all morning. We've got Jupiter setting in the west, and there's the moon also setting in the west. Not just any moon. There's our full moon Monday verified there for you. And then we've got a bright sunrise, so a great start.
Oh, it's beautiful. It is truly so bright out there this morning.
It is gorgeous. Let's take a look as we take a look at Jupiter, the full moon, the beautiful sunrise and sunset out there. So we give it a 10 out of 10 runners. Let's get it done early, right? This is the time of day before it gets hot by mid-morning. We're talking 73 degrees Jacksonville, 68 Lake City. We put the forecast together. The sea breezes collide earlier rather than later with lightning and heavy rain as my 2 main impacts. Watching for those slick roads, not as we start out this morning, but by lunchtime. So if you have errands to run, doctor appointments, kids, running kids to camp, picking up kids from cheerleading. Yes, parents, I know how it is. It's going to be okay, but we need to slow it down by lunchtime, and then by late day for the drive home looking much better. So you notice, here we go to Futurecast this morning. We're going to start with those showers as early as, that's right, 1 o'clock, really blossoming along the I-95 corridor. Then those showers and storms, less than an hour of rain, move from east to west here. So I want you to check out some of these storms here. We're talking about heavy downpours that could produce over 1 inch of rain. This pattern will repeat itself all the way through Thursday, and then for the summer solstice, the beginning of summer, astronomical summer on Friday, we dry out, we turn hot, so some good beach and pool weather, just like we like it down here, low to mid-90s.
All right, we'll take it. Thank you, Mike. So taking a look here at some of your drive times, they all look good. Normally these are our congestion spots, but usually that congestion doesn't kick in until right around maybe 6:45, 7 o'clock. So it looks pretty good. Oh, our traffic camera went out, but it was taking a look towards 295 and Beach Boulevard where it looked pretty nice. There were no problems over there. If you're traveling towards maybe Mayport, it looks pretty good along Wonderwood as well as A1A, so no big issues there. And good if you're headed towards NAS Jacksonville there along US 17 Roosevelt. So still no reports of any crashes out there at this point. If that changes, I'll let you know.
All right, welcome back. Let us check out what is trending online this morning. Target stores came to a near halt over the weekend after a system glitch caused registers to shut down. Yes, folks were upset about this. Video shows shoppers waiting in long lines for hours, many even abandoning their shopping carts altogether. The registers are up and running now. Target apologizing for the inconvenience, saying it was not a breach or security-related issue. It was an internal technology glitch. Of course, many of you probably remember 41 million people were affected by a data breach at Target back in 2013. Well, this weekend was dedicated to all the dads around the world, and a new study shows fathers today are more engaged with their kids than ever before. Researchers at NYU find dads are showing up to their children's events more and are playing a more active role in a child's social and emotional development. That study says that the change in attitude is leading to fathers being more supportive and warm towards their kids. All right, they say the hours we spend scrolling on our phones could be causing a change in our bones. This is kind of scary. So researchers in Australia did a study that shows people are growing a spiked bump on the back of their skulls. Yeah, I'm just reading it. Now, looking down at our smartphones, they say it's forcing our bodies to use muscles that we don't typically use. So here's the buzz. Researchers say an average people, check their phones for about 12 minutes, and the bumps are most common in people ages between 18 to 30 years old. And although they may not cause any harm, they are permanent.
So on the back of your skull?
So on the back of your skull, around here somewhere, putting some bumps and stuff thanks to always putting our phones, in our face.
I don't know about the back of the skull, but my eye doctor did tell me. He's like, you look at your phone a lot, don't you?
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah. And he could see it in my eyes, like, from that I look at my phone all the time.
My vision just got worse. I actually just went this week, and I just went down in my right eye.
Oh, no.
And I hadn't in 3 years.
Brooke, say it ain't so. Well, you're a young man. You got plenty of time to
No, I
prove
don't.
that.
I'm blind.
Let me tell you something I'm triggered and offended by. I'm going to be real.
Okay.
All the video of the dads that we're showing here is just generic kind of fat guy video. We're not all dad. I mean, we're not. Listen.
The dad
This
bod.
is a V, a perfectly
Take your
sculpted-
shirt off, Lou.
All right, give me
Take your shirt off.
Show everybody what's happening. All right, we got to go to break.
They're even hollering in our ear for it.